Thank you for staying with us. If you do me, I do you is a popular parlance in Nigeria, which underlines the concept of reciprocity in international diplomacy. The federal government has concluded plans to restrict airlines from coming from Canada, United Kingdom, and Saudi Arabia into Nigeria with effect from Tuesday, 14th of December. The Minister of Aviation, Hadi Serika, who announced the decision, explained that it is to reciprocate the restricted flight from Nigeria into those countries over the new Omicron variants of COVID-19. Meanwhile, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has tested positive to COVID-19 after exhibiting mild symptoms and is now in isolation, despite having been fully vaccinated. Judy, somebody told me yesterday that he's about to move out of the country and we need to take what you call, I've forgotten the name of that jab. Booster jab. That's the latest thing now. That's, yes, you've taken your, you've been fully vaccinated, but for Omicron, you need a booster jab.
The way this thing is, it is not even Omicron alone that people yield to, despite being fully vaccinated. Long before the Omicron variant happened on the scene, people who were fully vaccinated were being killed by COVID-19. People will be fully vaccinated and suddenly test positive. So, as I've said before, what the world served us was simply a vaccine that you could describe as fast food. The world was in a hurry to open up fully, for businesses to open up fully, and they didn't take their time to do these vaccines. It takes years and years of research to come up with the right vaccines. This is the fastest that it has taken the world to produce a vaccine. And we can see now that long after these vaccines were produced, we are seeing strains of COVID-19 that they did not factor their characteristics into the production of those vaccines. For example, the moment the Delta variant came up, scientists were saying that some of the symptoms that the Delta variant showed were not considered in coming up with those vaccines. Right now, yes, Omicron is present in 63 countries, but it is actually the Delta variant that is still harassing people.
It has not been proven that Omicron is
Omicron. There's not enough data to come up with a full understanding of Omicron. They are still trying to gather information about Omicron, but they've already alerted us that this Omicron will most likely defy the vaccine. So people should stop thinking that because they are vaccinated, that all of the measures, these biosafety measures that they ought to take seriously, that they can brush them aside. No, to do that is to put your life in jeopardy. You can be vaccinated up to 10 times and you will still yield to COVID-19. That is what we are seeing. I wish the world had waited, but the economies of even the biggest countries of the world were collapsing. France went into recession. Spain, So I'm not surprised that they all felt the need to quickly let's just roll out those vaccines. Let's roll out those vaccines. But we did not wait enough. We did not do enough due diligence before coming up with these vaccines, and that's why we are seeing this COVID-19 the Delta variant especially, defy vaccination. This president even got double doses. So if you got double doses and you still tested positive, then something is wrong. Something is seriously wrong. So that you are vaccinated does not mean that you should now be reckless.
Wow, GKB, is that something that when you look at within the country, you know, it's as if the level of awareness as at the time the Delta variant and everything, so a lot of things came down. It took down the campaign, and we faced our day-to-day problem. And you know, that is survival, the security, economy, and how you're going to survive. Right now, we might have to contend with trying to tell people you still need to maintain the non-pharmaceutical procedures. Interventions.
You are quite correct, but I think we are missing a point here. When the vaccine was introduced, it was clearly stated that this is just a stopgap until we trigger an herd immunity. That ultimately, throughout human history, we've been living with so many viruses and so many diseases that it was our herd immunity that ultimately will save us from the crisis. Don't forget that the Spanish flu killed over a lot of people 100 years ago. Until tomorrow, there are still flu in certain areas of the world. And I think we need to also understand that basically it is the level of hospitalization that the vaccine was meant to reduce, not that to stop you from getting the COVID-19 virus. It means that you will show symptoms, but your body will have enough immunity to fight that particular thing. That's number one. Number two,
that's not happening.
Yeah, because our people
are still dying.
Because people have underlying sicknesses that they will die anyway. Malaria is still the highest killer of people in Africa, as I'm talking to you. I think what we've missed is the point you make is this. Simply because you are vaccinated does not translate that you can abandon the intervention that are put in place. Because you may be vaccinated, but your people who are near you may not be. And some of them may have underlying conditions. And it's not only protecting yourself, it's protecting, because the mutation that we are seeing is essentially that of spread. If you had contained the virus, you would not have been able to mutate, because you would have been petered out at a point in time. But it keeps spreading, and we know that even the Omicron will not be the last mutation, whether we like it or not.
We have a fair idea. Now, going to international politics now, Judy, and if President Ramaphosa that tested, that had to, that has been tested positive again, and will this not validate what the Western world have been talking about us, saying that in handling COVID-19 we've been careless. They don't trust what we've done so far. They don't trust the measures we put in place to curb the spread of COVID-19. We've not tested enough. We've not shown capacity to really analyze the situation and get the people that are really spreading it. Maybe that's where the issue, what they have issues with.
But even in their country too, it's spreading rapidly.
Seriously.
Manchester United players tested before the match with Norwich City. They tested negative. After the match, a good number of team officials and players have now tested positive. So how does one explain that? If they will blame us because Ramaphosa, after his double doses of the vaccine, eventually tested positive. The issue is what I've talked about earlier. We did not do, because I've not seen a vaccine is supposed to offer protection against contracting that disease. That is the essence. All I've known about vaccines, this is the thing. This is the way it works.
Oh, growing up, we took polio,
yes.
we took
so
yellow
it's
fever,
just like
we took
all kinds of vaccines at that time, chicken pox.
Chickenpox.
It's just
and
like
you
saying
never
now,
contact
yes,
vaccine.
after the
Never.
no more. So it's just like saying, okay, you got vaccinated against polio, but don't be surprised if eventually you still you still succumb to the same polio.
So you need
That's not what we are saying. They didn't wait long enough, do extensive research that will ensure that the vaccines that will come up with, and the word was warned. It wasn't as if some scientists didn't warn that, look, there's not enough time. The world was in so much of a hurry to bring this vaccine just so that we can all return to our normal lives. Now we can see that the vaccines, yes, people. I know someone who got vaccinated here in Nigeria, the full dose. He still went to Europe to get vaccinated again, because the feeling that some people have is that, look, even though you are vaccinated in Nigeria, you have the documents and all that, over there they will still doubt the fact that you got the right vaccine. You know, even those vaccines in terms of effectiveness, they vary. Some are more effective than others. Johnson and Johnson.
You know, also, I have Jubril calling us from Abeokuta, that's Ogun State.
Hello, good evening, BQ and Ayo. How are you?
Thank you for staying with us, Jubril.
Yeah, I said good evening, Ayo and
good evening.
We can hear you. Good evening. Good evening.
Go ahead.
I appreciate you guys for your input and contribution so far. But I one thing that has been baffling a lot of Nigerians regarding COVID-19. Evidence has shown that Nigerians and maybe Africans in sub-Saharan South Africa have not been impacted by the COVID-19. What I think we should be doing more is what exactly is in our genes or in our DNA that has prevented us from having these challenges. So we can ask people to do more of those things. Vaccine good. I have taken my vaccine. But we have seen that even the vaccine is not preventing, people contracting COVID-19. So our government should do more regarding this. And equally those that are at the border posts, government should do more to ensure that we are able to sustain the integrity of the nation regarding whatever comes out of Nigeria. This is what has been affecting them, that has made people to keep on banning Nigerians from traveling. The integrity of whatever we are doing regarding COVID is not something that they are sure of. And this is all of what you need to look into. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's talk about the reciprocity in international diplomacy. Now that we have UK, Canada, and Saudi Arabia, and our own Hadi Serika is saying from tomorrow, that popular route, Lagos to London, and Canada and Saudi Arabia, they are going to stop airlines from those countries.
They are going to restrict them. Yeah, I don't think they were fair to us. Yeah. I would have expected that they will say, okay, in the light of the present realities, we are taking certain measures to keep our people safe. They can introduce extra measures. But to simply say, no, we don't want to see Nigerians, but your own people who are here, who could be infected as well, you do not see anything wrong in airlifting them, but you are saying, no, don't visit. You are saying people who are applying for fresh visas, no more, this and that. It will seem like it's just a deliberate ploy to punish us. And every country wants to be respected.
This COVID that we are talking about?
Every country wants to be respected, feel respected. So if in international diplomacy, there must be mutual respect. No country wants to feel be treated like the kind of relationship between a golfer and a caddy. The caddy carries the bags of the cover of the golfer. All those is golf clubs. He carries it. The golfer does not carry any load.
Just be removing
so it's not a golfer caddy relationship. It's a relationship of mutual respect. And both Nigeria and these countries will lose if there are no flights coming from and to Nigeria from those countries. So now I believe that those nations have to sit with us and then agree on what measures we can take, to protect all of us. But not that you will just unilaterally say, okay, we don't want flights from Nigeria. You have no evidence as yet. If it's Omicron that you are talking about, there has not been sufficient cases of Omicron from our country to warrant this running around that we are seeing. Even Canada, countries like Portugal, they have far more cases. There are just few cases that you can count on your fingertips, and you are taking this extreme action against Nigeria. Of course, the country will feel that you've disrespected it, you have no regard for it, and they too can retaliate this kind of measure, and that's what we are seeing. Maybe this will now push all the countries concerned to sit with Nigeria and negotiate.
How is this related to Emirates? Because Emirates came back after months, and they are used to those, that route is very popular, busy,
very profitable.
Yes.
I think you have to understand, just like you just said, the element of reciprocity, basically. When you are dealing, there is a saying in Yoruba that you don't respect this finger until you have wiggle. And when this finger is paining you, is when you know that this finger is not useless. The same thing applies to the, because what people said, and I'm sure you and I feel the same way, is that it seems that there already a policy position prepared, waiting for Nigeria to walk into it. Because it was too soon, too harsh, and it doesn't follow the science. I will keep asking them, what exactly have we done that Portugal has not done? What have we done that China has not done? I think that banning us is the first step in protecting yourselves. Nobody give us answers. As far as the Emirates is concerned, you cannot have a very profitable route and then not allow other people to compete. So it happens to the one that died, this billionaire, I forgot his name, that instead of giving him a place in Heathrow, they were giving him a place at Gatwick. And you know how far Gatwick is from city center. Same thing is applying to airpeace here. Where they are taking them from the main airport to the regional airport.
Sarja.
And that means that automatically those using those flights will still spend more to get to city center.
They are not even saying they are not going. You are now you are limiting them to just three flights a week. So
you want to be running,
and you Nigeria agreed to 21
flights for
21 flights for you in a week. They agreed to 21 flights. You now said this three. They now said, okay, no, this is not right. Look at what we have given you. But those guys are, for 9 months, Emirates had been on this standoff with Nigeria. We now felt, okay, this had come to an end. But you are saying it has to be just 3. And they are saying, no, if we can give you 21, then give, this is our own airline now from our country. Give them more frequencies. They don't want to do that. So Nigeria now said, okay, you will now have only one flight coming to Lagos. The other one will stop in Abuja.
And you know how busy that route is.
So
no, sometimes in life you just have to say enough is enough. No matter how small you are, you are
both of us will lose, whether they like it or not.
They even lose more because that is Nigeria's major route. Once you change the way, we don't go back.